Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VI. Previously, Kefka and Emperor Gestalt made it to the Esper world and seized control of the statues, also gaining an unlimited source of magic, and it would seem like they're on the verge of world domination. So, last time we infiltrated the floating continent to put a stop to their plans. But with their newfound power, can we succeed? Let's find out. Alright, we've got a lot of new enemies to go over today. Ninjas on the bottom are weak to thunder, so go with the bolt edge from Shadow. Ow. And those wiry dragons up top there, they have a lot of HP. Oh, you're dead. Oh, screw my face, come on. Anyways, those wiry dragons, they have really high physical defense and magical defense, but you can hit them with Petrify and just one-hit KO them. Well, that sucked balls. Great start to the video. But yeah, if you run into large groups of those wiry dragons, usually they come in groups of 3, you want to have one person go for the one-hit KO, and have everyone else just use your most powerful AoE attacks. Here we have another new enemy, Apocryphos, whatever. Now these guys, when they're alone, they will counter your attacks with level 3 Muddle, level 4 Flare, and level 5 Dew. So if you didn't learn those earlier for Strago, now's your chance. To kill them quickly, just use Rasp, one-hit KO. That's the way to go. Yeah, a lot of the enemies here have quite a bit of HP and are just pretty annoying in general. But luckily we can take advantage of instant death attacks. Now those guys up top there, the Misfits, are just like their cousins we ran into back at the Sealed Gate Cave. They're undead, and they can use Earthshaver. However, this time around we have Gaia Gears, so we can actually absorb that attack. Except for Cyan, he's just going to get bent over. Much like the much like the other enemy they came along with this time, you can use Rasp to just kill them instantly. Again, that's the way to go. Man, this place is bizarre, but I like it. It's one of my favorite dungeons in the game. Unfortunately, even a shuriken from Shadow isn't enough to kill those Misfits up there, even with the hero ring equipped. So we're going to let my mages take care of those guys, and then Shadow and Cyan can finish off the battle. And of course you hit that person. Using Rasp like this is also a good way to avoid any potential threat from Lifeshaver because you're not doing HP damage. So if you don't have any Gaia Gears, you can go that route as well. A lot of magic points here. Good place to learn spells too if you don't want to kill the Intangiers down on Crescent Island. Which, by the way, have 32,000 HP, so if you're not using instant death, it is very inefficient in killing those guys. But alright, a lot of new enemies here. Well, 2 new enemies. Brain Pans in the front. They are undead, weak to lightning and thunder. Or, I'm sorry, lightning and fire. And if you leave them alone in battle, they can cast a new blue magic spell that I want to learn for Strago. They can also use Smirk, which will stop one of your characters. Very annoying. You know what? Let's go for Whirlwind. I want everyone to be at max HP, just in case. Come on, Cyan. Yeah, if he hits Cyan with it, he's gonna die. Alright, he hits Strago. Get a shuriken in the face. And we'll learn Blowfish for Strago. Alright. That does a fixed amount of damage. It always deals 1000 damage regardless of anything. It's basically a copy and paste of the 1000 Needles attack from Cactars in every other Final Fantasy game. And wow, Terra has no MP. Okay. So yeah, that's why I brought Strago here, so we can learn Blowfish. Not that it's useful, but it's there. It costs like 50 MP, it is ridiculous. Although that is one thing that blue magic suffers from in general, is that it is very expensive. Oh, you would stop her, wouldn't you? Here, let's take a look. Yeah, 50 MP just to deal 1000 damage, no thanks. That's why I gave him the level 1 elemental spells, because they're much more cost efficient. Oh, and of course you hit Cyan. Game. But yeah, there's a perfect example. 4 MP for 900 damage, much better than 50 MP for 1000 damage. But since we're on the topic of blue magic and MP costs, Step Mine, although it increases in power as you walk around on the world map, it'll also increase in MP cost to supplement that. So that's something you want to keep in mind. We got, let's see, 2 more new enemies to run into here. And rather than repeat that process of getting wrecked by Earthshaver, we'll just go with single target attacks this time around. And hopefully Cyan can finish this brain pan off. Yeah, right now Cyan is my weakest link as far as damage goes in this setup. But I still like him. Come on, he's a kick-ass samurai. Not as kick-ass as Musashi, but he's close. Oh, Strago got hit with silence. I was wondering why that guy in the back was still there. Yeah, those guys are also weak to thunder. I wonder if using a lightning scroll would be more efficient in that battle. Speaking of which, we'll be using that right now. Aww, those guys can drop ninja stars actually, and it's a pretty common drop. I guess I'm just really unlucky. It's basically an upgraded version of a shuriken. It does more damage. And over there we get a beret. That's a unique piece of headgear for Realm. What it does is... Okay, sorry, I wanted to get to Rast. When you equip it on her, it'll increase the success rate of her sketch command. So if you like using Realm and using sketch, that could be an option for you. Although I prefer the Mystery Veil, it's better in pretty much every way. Also, the problem with sketch is a lot of the enemy's abilities are pretty weak in comparison to black magic. Which is why I made Realm essentially a black mage. I taught her all of the black magic. And down here we get a save point, which I highly recommend using. I also recommend using a tent at this point, because we're getting close to the end here. Beam me up, Scotty. I would like to show those other 2 enemies to you guys, if I can. Usually I run into them a lot more. Okay, we're gonna try a lightning scroll. Just to see how well it works. Not quite. You need a little bit more magic power there, Shadow. But I think everyone else can finish the battle for us. Yeah, I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back with the other new enemy I wanted to show you guys. This is the dragon. If you have Locke in your party, you can very rarely steal a Genji glove from this guy. Now this guy has pretty high defense, and if you try to use a physical attack, he'll counter with Sneeze, which will knock your character out of battle. So the best way of dealing with this guy is to use lightning magic. He's pretty weak to thunder. So a simple Bolt 2 should be enough to take him out. Oh, bye Shadow. Yeah, there you are. Such is the way of things. Such a cool enemy model. I like that. Okay, that's one of the new enemies I wanted to show you guys, and hopefully we'll just run into the other one as we continue on here. But let's heal up. Now if you hit that switch there, before going down to the save point, when you come back up, you'll have to do it again. Now here you can return to the airship if you want to, but if you do, Shadow will leave your party. And when you come back to the floating continent, which by the way, you'll just land in the same place you did when you first got here, and then Shadow will rejoin your party. See if I can't quickly kill that guy up there. Awesome. Alright, go Strago. Alright, we're gonna try one time for the last enemy. Alright, we got it. Behemoths. Whoa. Now these guys have about 5,800 HP, but they're weak to ice. And you can also meet up with them in groups of 2, in which case you want to go with level 4 Flare from Strago. Yeah, you know you're getting to the end of a Final Fantasy game when you start fighting these guys. Yeah, easy enough. Alright, that's it for all of the new enemies here. Whoa. Alright, looks like we got a boss to go through. Oh, as if that's a spoiler. Of course the Emperor has a boss gauntlet waiting for us. Come on. You've played this JRPG before. Okay, so what I want to do is actually give Kieran to Cyan. Shadow already has Zone Seek. Okay, I also want to cast Float on Cyan because he cannot wear the Gaia gear. So in the event that this boss casts the Quake spell, which he can do, everyone in the party is now protected. Now, I also want to give everybody a wall ring for this battle. And not a Murasame. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because this boss battle is the longest that we've fought so far. And the wall rings will allow us to ignore most of his attacks. Not all of them, but most of them. He does have a few attacks that will get around our reflex status. But that's why we have the Kieran Esper to give us auto regen. So that'll keep us healed throughout the battle periodically. And no more auto haste for you. Where's my wall rings? Come on. There we are. So yeah, that's the setup I want to go with here. Although really quick, let's make a save state. It's boss time against Atma Weapon with super boss music. This is one of the best boss themes in RPGs. And of course, Ted Woolsey mistranslated die for the word go, absolutely. Now, first things first. We want to hit him with Vanish, followed by the Doom spell. This is something I promised to show you guys earlier in the LP. So here it is. This is very cheap, and it works on pretty much every enemy in the game, including bosses. It just bypasses their instant death immunity and one-hit KOs them. Hooray! But yeah, we won't be taking advantage of that in this LP. By the way, they fixed that bug in the future versions. Okay, so now it's boss time against Atma Weapon. Or Ultima Weapon, whichever you prefer. Now, Mr. Woolsey, when you mistranslated that word earlier with Siegfried, that was permissible because Siegfried is a joke of a boss. Pretty much like Gilgamesh, so it's okay. But here, against Atma Weapon, we have this mystical creature of legend getting ready to kick our faces in, and you have him tell us to go away? What? Nah, that doesn't jive with me this time, Woolsey. I wish we had some ninja stars, but shurikens, that's the way to go. Now, this guy doesn't have an elemental weakness we can exploit. However, water and ice magic does pretty good damage. This guy also has around 20,000 HP, so yeah, it's gonna take a minute to bring this guy down. You can also use Rasp to drain his MP. That also is a way to kill this guy, if you feel that your HP damage isn't quite where it should be. Yeah, as you can see here, Reflect is going to protect us against most of his attacks. If you brought Gaw, you want to use the Aspic Rage for Gigavolt. Earth Blue Stance with Mog is also a pretty good dance to use here. Landslide does about 3,000 damage to this guy. It's also the most powerful dance attack in the game, from what I recall. But we almost got this guy. And he looks so badass. Probably my favorite enemy in the game as far as looks go. But alright, we got him. If you let the battle drag on, eventually he'll start casting spells like Meteor, Quake, Whirlwind, Flare Star. Some pretty nasty stuff. What the hell, Shadow? Screw you, man. What, you help us get here, but then when the time comes where we actually need you the most, you bail? Whatever. Okay, so now what I want to do is change my setup back to the way I had it before, and when we come back next time, we'll confront the Emperor himself, and see how this is all going to go down. Until then, though, you guys have a good day, and take care. See you in the next video.